Okay guys, we're looking at this 2005 Chevy Aveo, and it has no tail lights. All the other lights are functioning fine, and before I got a hold of the vehicle, the circuits have been tested and they changed the headlight turn signal switch. Still no tail lights. So let me show you what I did and fix this problem. Couldn't seem to get a repair kit from the dealer, but if you'll disconnect the negative battery cable so you don't cause any trouble and take this cover off of the fuse box, you'll see this connector right here, and it's actually a splice connector, and it sits in this hole in the fuse box. Let me get you a better view of the fuse box. And in order to access this, you have to remove this bolt right here. Take the positive cable loose here. Remove this bolt right here, and then take this connector loose. The connector's loose in there. If you pull it up, you can access the latch right here to remove it and take that wire off. Then you can lift this fuse box out. I've already finished the job, so I'm not going to pull it back apart. But when you lift it off, there's a cover similar to this on the bottom, and it has 5 connectors like this. You remove those, and then you have access to the bottom of the panel. Then you can remove this connector out through the bottom, and then you'll see the wires attached to the bottom of it. Now this is a splice. It connects this side, all these wires together. There's 7 wires. You'll notice there's a green, a brown, a green. Well, the first one is green, yellow, brown, green. There's a brown, a green, yellow, a brown, and a green, yellow. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cut those 7 wires off first, and you're going to splice all 7 wires together with solder and then heat shrink them. Then you're going to go to the far side, and you're going to group these wires in 2 separate groups. You have a purple, and a purple white. Those 3 you're going to group together, solder them, and heat shrink them. And finally, you have a group of 4. You have a purple white, a brown white, brown white, brown white. So 4 wires. You're going to clip those, strip them, solder them together, and then heat shrink that group. So then you're going to have 3 separate groups of wires. The connector, I couldn't find a replacement anywhere for this at the dealership. So you're going to discard this, and the wires are comfortable underneath. They're all heat shrink, so they can't cause any damage. And then you're going to snap everything back together. Go ahead and bolt it back down. Put your connector back in, and then don't forget to put the positive cable back on. Go ahead and snap it all back together. Once you have everything assembled, it should snap right together, and then you can put your negative battery cable back on. And that is the last thing you do here. Put the negative cable on. Make sure it goes all the way down and it's tight, and then check your lights, and you should have tail lights. So you could pay a lot of money at the dealership. This was a pretty quick fix. I used a 10 millimeter socket on a short extension with a ratchet. Took care of all 3 of those bolts and the battery cable. Used a common screwdriver to help fish the wires out and get them together. A pair of side cutters or dikes to cut the wires with, and I had a wire stripper to strip that. Then I had a soldering iron, just a cheap old soldering iron, and some rosin coarse solder. So that was all I needed. It was pretty quick, and I've got good lights. That was a 2005 Chevy Aveo. Looks like it's a common problem, so pretty easy fix. Here's a little picture of the diagram of the plug, and hopefully that'll help you get the job done. The one side that's not grouped together, all 7 of those wires are soldered together. All right, thanks for listening.